Hello everybody and welcome back to the Limit of Adhesion and Season 3 of our Open Wheeler season. This is round 11 of 12, the penultimate round of the championship. We're at Summit Point and we are ready to race. My name is Gareth and joining me once again in commentary is Jools. Jools, how you doing?
Good, thanks. I'm due to finish my transformation into a robot today.
Fantabulous. So yeah, that'd be good. Excellent. Let's take a look at the championship standings then. David Lyne still in the lead on 174 with Rob Miller in second on 145. The championship is just between those two now. And Rob is on a fantastic run of form at the moment with the last two wins. Dave also having a bit of a dip in form, which is a really bad time to do it with Rob's improvement, as we say. Mark Tranter still running in P3 and James Garlick is in P4. And looking at the teams championship, then it's really close up as well between Little and Large and the A team. Just 9 points between them now, so that is really close indeed. Williams now in third ahead of LB Racing. So still a bit of a fight between those two guys and the Kairos competition team of Mark Tranter.
Yeah, you said Dave's not been doing so well. I mean, he's been scoring points, but unfortunately he set the bar too high at the start of the season, so he's not getting any extra points now because of the dropped results.
Indeed, yeah. So it's just compared to his, like you say, his very high bar. Let's take a look at the practice results. Then David Lyne on top with a 106.364. Rob Miller in second, 0.318 back. Richard Santana looking very strong again in third. That's amazing to see. He's been a real revelation since he made his debut a couple of races ago. And James Garlick is in fourth place, just ahead of Nathan Parker, who's also showing really strongly at this track.
Yeah, and he's subbing for Batty this round, trying to score some points for Stupid Aguri.
Excellent stuff before he makes his full debut into that team next race. So let's take a look at the grid then. David Lyne on pole position once again, a 106.645, and again that 3/10 gap to Rob Miller in second place. Richard Santana in third, Gavin Kelly in fourth, Josh Gnamev in fifth, Nathan Parker is in sixth, seventh is Garlick, eighth is Hankin, 9th is Merrim Hugovan, and then 10th is Gary Richards, 11th Sam Stott, Jason Larson is in 12th, 13th is Jason Weaver, Chris White making his debut in 14th, as is Merrim by the way, Jake Weaver in 15th, 16th is Winslade from the ETM but not racing, and 17th is Schooling. Lights going green then, we are racing and it's a rapid start. Look at Miller on the outside of Lyne then, as they head down this ever such a long straight to T1. Kelly is in third. He's got the jump on Santana. And Miller, wow, what a commanding, easy move. And that was a Williams going onto the inside and on the grass and falling down the order. That's James Garlick. Kelly then, looking to the outside as they come to T3, which is where he came a cropper in the Radical. Lyne's fighting back on Miller and he forces him wide, which is what happened in this Skip Barber race. So, wow, look at that then. We've had a huge accident going on. That's Parker getting involved with Richards. It looks like they're all falling down the order. Lyne is in the lead ahead of Josh Gnamev and Santana is back up into third. Where has Kelly gone? Kelly's now in fifth place again. So he got swallowed up in that move in T3 then. So Lyne's in the lead from Josh Gnamev in second. Richard Santana in third and Miller is in fourth. And there's a little bit of a gap back to Kelly in fifth place now.
Well, that was certainly an action-packed start there. Looks like most of them got away with it. Oh,
Name was just run it wide through the final corner then, and he's just lost 4 places then, down to 5th place then, but he's going to be under threat from Hankin as well. Look, here comes Hankin and Jason Larson, who's having a storming start to the race.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, wow, that's so Hankin has through Namath now, so hopefully Namath can recover and get back on with it. Meanwhile then, Santana is up into second place then, just 4/10 behind Lyne. Lyne has had to repel several cars so far in this race, and there's only a lap and a bit old.
Well, these laps come very quickly at you, don't they?
They do indeed, yeah. So a great start for the Little and Large. Oh no, that's Larson getting it wrong on the inside of Namath, and they are both off onto the grass then, down as they came down into the wagon wheel, or the Safari Park as the LOA like to call it.
They should rename it the Safari Park.
They should indeed. Santana has closed the gap slightly to Lyne, but Miller is getting very close behind him as they come to the final corner. Oh, and Lyne's dropped it. Lyne got it beached on the curb, and round he goes, and he's in the barrier. Has he damaged the wing?
It looked like it was quite gentle contact, so it looks like he may have got away with it, but he is tumbling down the order.
Yeah, meanwhile we saw a shelf squirrel that was attacking someone as they came onto the main straight.
Lyne's out of the points.
Lyne is out of the points, yeah, well spotted. So Santana now in the lead of the race from Rob Miller, ahead of Kelly in third place. This is a tremendous turn of events for the championship battle then. Miller won't mind too much about Santana being ahead of him, but he will want to get as many points as possible. So, wow, is he going to go for it, or is he just going to take the 18? That's going to be a big story to unfold as we go through this race.
I would suggest the 18, as Lyne is not currently scoring, and he's going to have to get into fourth even to get him. Oh,
wow, Kelly then, and Nathan Parker. Parker was a lap down, and Kelly is just now stuck in the wall. What is going on there? And he's towed.
Well, that was unfortunate. I didn't see what happened.
That is unfortunate. No, he was running a strong third. It was confusing me slightly because I was seeing Nathan Parker's car, but then I could see he was a lap down. But wow, so Santana is the new leader then. Sam Stott with missing a front wing and heading into the pit lane for repairs in his quite fabulous Lotus livery from the 90s.
Yeah, hopefully he noticed that. He was impressed by my nerdery that I noticed it was that kind of livery. He said it's inspired by. I think it's pretty heavily inspired by.
I think it's pretty heavily inspired by, but I like it a lot. There's Jason Weaver then running an amazing fourth place. This could be a huge score of points for him and for Team Shell Squirrel. He's being attacked by...
that's White. That's Chris White, newcomer.
That's Chris White, our newcomer, yeah.
Riding a Batman
in his black livery. And so Merrin is running in 8th place at the moment. And how was that just losing it? Was that? Oh my gosh, it's Rob Miller. What on earth? Miller has just lost it and he's in the pit lane. Wow, championship is going to be very heavily impacted by this, and it could actually decide the result, couldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And he nearly collected his teammate as well.
Wow. So Richard Santana in the lead and setting the fastest lap of the race with 107.3. That means Tony Hankin now running in second place, and Jason Weaver is running on in third and heading for a podium if he can keep this going for another 25 minutes. Here comes White though. That's deposing Schooling, who's currently running 7th place. So, wow, it's going to be a great score for the Shell Squirrels. Replay then. This is Nathan Parker. He's following Santana. There's Kelly and Miller ahead of him. And then just Richards coming down the outside and on the grass. Richards was off the track, wasn't he? What was he doing down there?
He was partly off the track, yeah.
Replay of Larson just diving to the inside. There was no way that was going to work, and Stott was in the back of him as well. So was that Stott triggering that accident, or was it just Larson's over ambition? Replay of the Kelly incident then. So that's Parker ahead of us. He's a lap down, and he's losing it on his own. Oh no! Kelly just had nowhere to go and into the barrier. Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Yeah.
Totally not Kelly's fault there.
I imagine there's some choice words in the cockpit from him.
I imagine, yeah. That's just an unfortunate racing incident there in my view, though. That's Garlic dropping in and out of existence once again. He's now right behind Keith Schooling and trying to pass him for 7th as they come down to the final corner. Lyne is just behind them, so he's back into the points and in 9th. Miller is in 11th. So remember, for the championship, Lyne needs to be in 4th place at least to make this a scoring round for himself. He's got cars that he'd normally feel quite confident about getting past as well. So he's just opposed Schooling, so he's up into 8th place. And he's locking up and running wide into T1. Wow, Lyne is having a mare. That's 2 unforced errors from Lyne then in the space of 6 laps.
Absolutely. And Miller, of course, has got 2 zeros in his past, or I think it's 3 actually. So he's scoring even if he gets into the points. So even if he gets 10th, he'll get a point.
Yes, but he's too far back, isn't he? He's not going to make it work.
Well, he's about 5 seconds off the back of Stott. So
no, I mean in terms of the championship, isn't he? He needs 2 big scores, doesn't he? Sure.
He needs some big scores, yeah, but I mean, let's see how far he can make it.
Oh, look at that Jake Weaver round. What a shame. Jake Weaver in 8th place at the moment, and Lyne's just taken 8th back from him.
Well, that's what I mean. See, Weaver's just dropped. This is a race of attrition. Everyone is making mistakes.
It's a very difficult track, yeah. And very, very bumpy.
And if you look at the scoring at the moment, with Miller replay. Yeah.
So it's a replay of Miller then on the... Is that just coming through the Safari Park? Wow, such a huge impact. He was carrying so much speed and the car just like lost the rear... Well, it looked like he just lost rear aero and round it went.
Another unforced error. But Miller, Kelly and Lyne being out of the race and Tranter not taking part, then other people that don't normally get a chance to score are looking good here. I mean, look at that podium at the moment.
Wow, it's amazing, isn't it? Yeah, so, a number of names out of the race, like you say, Jools. So Winslade is showing him on the screen, but he wasn't actually in the race at all. Missed the start due to a computer failure. Tranter not here as well, which is a big shame. We're looking at our leader, Richard Santana. I mean, he's shown so strongly since he arrived with us at Suzuka, although he got taken out there and had an incident with Highfield, who was also not racing this week at Spa itself.
Yeah, though of course he did manage to finish without a rear wing. But yeah, this is his 3rd race and it's really impressive. And Hank in there in 2nd will be looking to right the injustice of season 1 when he was on course to win this race.
Indeed, yeah. Hankin yet to win a race, but he's falling down from Santana. That's Lyne getting past Keith Schooling once again. We're looking at Merin Hugavin. He comes through that tricky T3 then and heads down the hill towards the Safari Park. He's running 4th place then, and that is an amazing debut performance.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and White as well. He's in the points, so that's two debuts both in the points.
White running 6th as well, so he's having a strong start, but he's already 30 seconds back. 20 seconds off the lead. Lyne's 35 off the lead. There's no chance of him catching Santana unless Santana does
Miller's
make
in
a
the
mistake.
pits.
Miller in the pits again. What's happened there? And he's got no quick repair left, so is he out of this race?
I guess it depends on how badly the car's damaged.
Yeah. Wow, but that's good. How is he going to get points from there, though? Lyne up to 7th already, and 5 seconds back to Chris White ahead of him. Chris White's just had a very slow lap as well. Look, he lost 12 seconds there. Lock up from Santana. Or was that Stott ahead of him?
Unless Lyne makes a big mistake and crashes out half the...
Replay of Stott then running hugely wide out of the final corner, and wow, that was well held indeed. Round of applause for that man there. And look at that. So he's trying to... Oh no! So he blocked Miller. Was that an unsafe rejoin?
Well, I think he was already back on the track.
And that was Larson I saw. Larson was facing the wrong way out of the final corner. He was on the track, but then he just seemed to be like meandering all over the place. I wasn't sure about that at all. Meanwhile, here's Gavin Kelly then. He's in 11th place at the moment. Can he pick up a point?
I think I need to see it again, see what he was doing there. But it did look like he blocked or defensive moved, but there was such an overspeed, it was just too late.
Yeah, way too late. I don't think they would ever pull off, because by the time he recovered onto the track, he was halfway down the main straight. We're looking at Jason Weaver then, running a fantastic 3rd place at the moment, and he's being chased by Nathan Parker, who is a lap down. And I hope that Weaver knows and just lets him go, because they're coming down into the tricky left-hander at a rate of knots. A lock-up from Weaver.
And from Parker.
And from Parker. Gosh, I really hope this doesn't end in tears, and I just feel like it's going to. So here a crunch somewhere else. Someone else has just had a crash.
Well, hopefully they were just bottoming me out.
No, there he is. It's Jason Larson once again. Where's Larson running at the moment? So he's running 13th place at the moment.
But, sorry, yeah, I was saying, for the championship then, Miller's out, so unless Lyne gets a penalty, it's all over.
Yeah, and that is Hankin getting it wrong then. Wow. So, yeah, I mean, it's such a difficult combination between this track and this car. Hankin has just made a mistake then from second place in the race, and his teammate, as you say, Rob Miller, out of this race and presumably out of the championship. And who's that getting it wrong? That's Jason Weaver. No, Jason Weaver making a mistake from third place. And that's put Merrin Hoogerven onto the podium on debut. This is amazing stuff. Chris White still running in sixth place at the moment as well. Weaver now down to fifth. Just keep it together, mate. You can get some good points here, Jason. Come on. There's 11 seconds now between first and second. Santana is just commanding this race, putting in consistent 108s as well, which is decent pace when you're just trying to keep it going lap after lap. Obviously 106 is the hot pace, but I don't think you want to be pushing more than 106 at the moment. Look at Kelly, he's into the 107s. Hankin just had a slow one. Oh yeah, because he had this mistake then 12.
Yeah, I think when you've got a 12-second lead, you're not pushing, are you?
No. Oh, and yeah, beaching it on the... So most cars, they seem we've always found it best to run really wide on the exit of the final corner, but the Formula Renault is just beaching so badly on that curb. I found when I had a bit of a go round here previously, it was better just to keep it tight on the final corner. What do you think, Jools?
Well, I think you keep it tight or you go completely wide. You don't ride that curb.
No, someone else has just crashed. I just picked up that sound on the mics. We're looking at Sam Stott now up to 10th place despite his crash and visit to the pits and incident with Miller.
He's being hunted by Kelly by looks of.
Yes.
5 seconds to go.
They're all a lap down. So Santana has now lapped everyone up to 9th place, which is Jake Weaver.
Jake, who does our excellent rewind videos.
He does indeed, yeah.
Midweek.
Yeah. So look forward to that coming out. And meanwhile, that's Lyne then attacking White in the Batman car. Around the outside of him.
I think White decided to let him go there. By the looks of.
So Lyne up to 6th place. He's got 2 more cars to pass if he wants to make this a scoring round for himself, because, as we said many times before, the height of his drop scores are just ridiculous.
So confirmed, 18 better than Batman. You're right there.
Yes, indeed. Nearly killed me. So, meanwhile, there's Lyne then kicking up the dust as he came through T3.
It's looking his fastest lap's only a 107.9.
Yeah, but I imagine after those 2 big accidents he's had, he will not want to be to make a third error.
Yeah, he's probably treating the pedals as if they've got eggs on them.
Yeah, and did he get towed after that the first spin?
No, I think he got back on the track. It wasn't too bad. The swing looks alright. It was such a small nudge.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's it doesn't look like the car's out of shape. Well, Sam Stott again then. That's a big one. Where is he then? He's just coming through the Safari Park, isn't he?
Oh, that's let Kelly close right within range.
Yeah, that's not cool at all.
I do love that livery though. I'm glad he's on screen.
Yeah, me too. So 118 for White that last lap as well. So he had an adventure.
This guy, Hoogerven, has got a podium that Mr. Garlic wants.
Yes, this is going to be a good scrap. 28 seconds Merrin is off the front from Santana. I mean, Santana has just been crushing for him.
Well, Garlic was off first lap, wasn't he? So you have to imagine everyone's made mistakes except for Santana.
Yeah. We're going to see Santana making mistakes here, aren't we? It's just going to be awful.
Well, there's another mistake.
Stop running wide. Kelly to the inside then. There he goes. And Stott's fighting back then as they come down to T3. Kelly's got it done though. And there's Hankin behind then. He's running second place, isn't he? So he's coming up to lap these guys.
Yeah, he had lapped Kelly, but then he went off, didn't he?
Yeah. So meanwhile, here's our battle for third place. Garlic running really wide through T3. That's going to be an off track. Let's just hope the tyres aren't too dirtied up as he comes down to the safari park. Here they come. Taking slightly different lines there as well. Merrin keeping it a lot tighter. He's just running a bit wider.
Does seem to allow that, this section of the track, doesn't it?
Yeah, and there's that Portaloo. Do you remember when Kelly smashed into that after quali in the Skip Barber?
I don't recall that specifically, but yeah, I do remember the Portaloo.
Seeing them go through it.
So is it not really there?
No, it's one of those transparent, sadly. Yeah.
Now this is a crushing performance.
It is amazing, yeah. He must be wondering where everyone is. Let's just take a look at the track map. You can see that Schooling is only a couple of corners ahead of him, and then Jake Weaver. So that is oh no, Stott again making another error. I mean, this is such a difficult track, and we know that Stott's more of a GT3 man, so it's lovely to see that he's given it a go and racing the Formula Renault. Hopefully he'll... is he coming over to Formula 3 for next season as well?
I'd have to check my notes, which I don't have on me at the moment. I believe so. I think him and Cher are also racing.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah, him and Termal are in, who sadly isn't in this race. Did see him in practice earlier in the week, so shame that he didn't make it. Jason Weaver then, in 5th place at the moment. He'll be regretting that error that dropped him down from the 3rd place, but even so, this is going to be a huge haul of points for him. No, he's run wide. That is commentator's curse. He's in the barriers. He's wrecked the car. That's a toe job. Oh no, and there's Schooling getting it wrong as well. That's down in the wagon wheel, so he's now in 8th place.
Gareth, your curse not only affected the driver, it transferred to the team.
It killed the whole team, but at least Santana got through safely and wasn't wiped out by that. There's going to be a replay now of it was Santana nudging Keith out of the way.
That's a shame.
Meanwhile then, we can see Kelly just homing in on Keith now, but Keith's heading for points if he can keep this up. Who's behind Kelly? So Stott back into 10th now with Jason Weaver's unfortunate demise. I am so gutted with that one because he was having a storming drive. We're looking at Schooling then. Now he's racing in VR now, so he's gradually improving and developing his setup. Is that white wolf just keeping it together as he came through the safari park? That looked a bit wobbly there. Sam Stott in 11th then. He's chasing Parker, who's now recovered to 10th place despite his adventures. And who's next on the lapping wagon for Santana? It's Weaver, look, and you can see they're on the back straight together. Yeah. Stott in the pits then, so Stott's had another mistake unfortunately.
Yeah, terminal one this time it looks like.
Yeah. Here comes Kelly then chasing Schooling. They're coming through the final corner. Down to the inside then. Crossing the start-finish line, heading down to T1. And you can see Schooling just braking a lot earlier and a little lock up mid-corner. Kelly safely through then and up into 8th place. Next target for Kelly will be White. Let's see where he is on the track compared to Kelly. It's doable, isn't it?
Yeah, he's certainly getting up. He's recovering, so yeah, we'll see how far he can get up. But as you say, White's the next target.
That was another... I just heard something else crashing in the background. It seems to be a permanent feature of this race. We'll wait to see if someone's dropping down the order drastically. We're riding on board with Merrin there. Garlic still not managing to close the gap. It's still 1.2 seconds at the moment then.
Yeah, looking at that graphic, it's pretty even Stevens, isn't it?
It is indeed, yeah. And Merrin's fastest lap of the 107.6 is very quick indeed, actually. and last lap 108, so he's consistent. Lyne isn't that far behind these guys, you know.
Yeah,
He's only, 6.5 seconds, but yeah, I mean, it's a different proposition. Let's just see that replay stop then. Come through T3, around he goes. Oh, yeah, that's a very common point accident.
Yeah.
He took a decent amount of damage here.
Yeah.
Definitely an 8.5.
That's good representation of the damage model again. But yeah, that was pretty much carbon copy what Kelly did in season 1 in the Radical.
Indeed, yeah. And that explains why I started sitting in the pit lane. So, Schooling just getting slightly wrong into the wagon wheel and off the track. He's still in 10th place though. Come on, Keith, let's get you a point, mate. Larson's a long way back in 11th, so providing Keith doesn't make a mistake, he should be on for a nice point here. It's just such a shame though, because the team Shelfscore were heading for a huge haul of points earlier on.
Yeah, well, Weaver was hanging on to a podium, wasn't he, in the other stages?
Yeah, he was. Here's Chris White then, he's running in 7th place and Kelly is homing in behind him.
He must have made a mistake because he was 6 seconds behind him.
Yes. Yeah, good point. We've been hearing those crunchy sounds, but then there are certain points of the track, aren't there, where it does bang and you can hear the car making contact with the road.
Absolutely.
So close, and can he pressure White into a mistake as they come through these tricky couple of corners? And this is where the car really lets go on you as you come through the left here, because you're trying to then change direction so fast for the right, and the car sometimes the rear wing stalls and around you go. A very common error we've seen in the practice sessions. They're heading down to the final corner, and Kelly is really in the slipstream, and this is where you want to be as you come out into this long main straight. And look, he's already alongside, not wasting any time in the slipstream. Well, Weaver's not that far ahead as well, so Kelly could be heading for 6th place if he can do this. Gets it safely slowed down and into T1. And now heading through the nothingness of T2.
Yeah, Kelly needs to make up more places because he's fighting Garlic in the championship. Garlic, I think, will drop some points this round, only a couple, but Kelly's got 3 0 scores, so he won't be dropping any.
Yeah, good point. So, is that Kelly just having a little lock up there?
Quite possibly.
It's just getting a bit squirrely. So the order then is Richard Santana still leading the race from Tony Hankin in 2nd place, and Merrin Hugoven is running in 3rd, and there he is on screen. Garlic is running in 4th ahead of Lyne in 5th. 6th is Jake Weaver ahead of Gavin Kelly in 7th. 8th is Chris White, then we've got 9th is Nathan Parker, and 10th is Keith Schooling. Jason Larson is in 11th ahead of Jason Weaver in 12th. 13th is Stott, who's in the pits and presumably out of the race. Then 14th is Miller, who's definitely out of the race. Josh Kanamuth is in 15th and also out of the race. And 16th was Richards, who's also out. Such a shame to see all those names out of the race.
Well, it's a race of attrition, as you say. Just a quick update on the Keith Schooling point watch. Remember, Larson was half a minute behind. He's now only 7.5 seconds behind.
Yes, good point, yeah. And we did see Schooling getting it a little bit wrong through the 6-7 corners, didn't we, earlier on, so presumably that would be why that gap is coming down. Larson is look at that, 108.7, that is strong pace.
Can Keith hang on?
Yeah, and the gap at the front for, 15 seconds now, so that's pretty consistent, isn't it? Yeah, so 108.7 for Larson, 108.3 for Santana. Sorry, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, I agree. It is pretty consistent. He's just edging away, not doing any more than he needs to.
Here comes Kelly then on Weaver. Weaver moving to the inside. It looks like he's deciding to just accept the inevitable here and pick up the 7th place rather than fight and potentially lose any points.
Thanks, Jake, but you didn't have to jump out the way, but I appreciate it.
That's Kelly's feedback on it.
Yes, I guess he just thought it wasn't worth fighting because he's in the points. He's on first score.
Yeah.
Couldn't quite make out what that was, but probably an
Weaver
acknowledgement.
broadcasting from the moon there. And look at that. Larson round the wrong way. Oh, what a shame. So that's on the main straight, isn't it? Yes.
That'll be
So
some
just
breathing room for schooling.
It will indeed. And there's Weaver coming through in the second shelf squirrel to depose him of 11th place. So both out the points, but it does matter. Meanwhile, Santana heading down the main straight behind them. Parker getting very close to Chris White. This is the battle for 8th and 9th. Parker's on the inside as they come to the final corner, and he's through. White showing very strongly, considering only just got this car and just started practicing on track a few days ago. So yeah, really strong performance here from Chris, and really nice to see him in the league. Welcome aboard, mate.
Yeah, and really sensible driving as well. He's not just rolling over, but he is just accepting that the faster cars are going to come past, and he's still in the points.
Absolutely, yeah, doing a sterling work.
Fastest lap, sorry, a personal best from Lyne there. That's more the pace I would have expected for him to be doing earlier.
Yeah, he's just woken up and got a sniff of that 4th place. What's the gap? 7 seconds, but only about 2 minutes left of the race. So we're on to our final couple of laps. A little lock-up from Parker there.
There's the incidents list. And look at that, nothing from Santana.
It's just the most... Yeah, this is one of the great races and great drives that we have seen this season. We've seen some of those from Miller, we've seen from Tranter, and from Lyne obviously as well. But yeah, you've got to put this one on that list of super dominant, great wins. Oh God, that's commentator's curse, isn't it? He's going to wipe it out. So he's got Keith Schooling just ahead of him then. Sorry, no, that's Jason Weaver, isn't it? I beg your pardon. Schooling's a few corners ahead with Larson in between the two. And there's... Oh no. Speaking of Weaver, there he is just bailing off the track. I mean, it is a really hard braking zone. As you come round, you've got that flat out kink, and then you've got to get all your braking done as you plummet down the hill into that left-hander. And it's a real mission to get it done in any car, let alone with this very tight car, isn't it, the Formula Renault, and it really feels these bumps.
It does, yeah, that's right. But he survived it and he's going again, so...
Yeah, all good. And he's back down to 12th place. Here's Tony Hankin, and we haven't seen him for a long time. We keep being surprised to see he's still running second, but he is doing a tremendous job of it. That was Parker having a bit of an adventure out of the final corner.
Yeah, no, great result so far for Hankin. As he always seems to run really well here.
Yeah.
He was running like on for a podium last season, I think, and then there was an altercation with Tranter that put him into the wall.
Oh, yeah, I keep having flashbacks to that one where they just sort of drifted together. One went went left, one went right, and it was just so very gradual before they even hit the braking zone, and then, yeah.
Yeah, it was so frustratingly avoidable, and of course he was punted in season 1 from the lead, so always goes well here.
Yeah, you know you're going to have Will Burnett screaming net code in the comments after that.
He was never going to make that corner.
That was down to that final corner. So look at this then, Richard Santana winning at Summit Point, an amazing drive.
Avoiding the commentator curse, even though you
avoiding
tried several times.
Curse.
Oh no!
Oh, Jake Weaver getting it wrong on the final lap, and he's lost one place. Has he lost any more?
He's going to come home ninth by the looks.
Hankin coming home in second place, and a superb drive by him. And we wait for Merin Hugovan, who picks up a podium in his first LOA race. What a tremendous result that was. Well done to him. Garlic coming home in fourth place ahead of Lyne in fifth. Sixth is Nathan Parker then, and he is finished, as is Chris White in 8th place. Another super drive, really pleased for that one. Jake Weaver coming home in 9th. I'm so pleased to see him getting points, as is Keith Schooling in 10th place. Well done to him. Season 3 champion confirmed. David Lyne then looking donutting to celebrate. He'll just be pleased that he doesn't have to go to the post office to send the trophy somewhere else.
Yes. Just don't lose it next race by wiping out half the field.
Yeah. So Lyne celebrating with some huge donuts then, and yeah, it's been a superb season for Lyne. Some commanding drives and just domination early on in the season. As we wait for my favourite music to play. And here we go then, the final race classifications. Richard Santana taking his first win in the LOA. I feel like we've got many more to come from him in Season 4. Tony Hankin coming home in second place ahead of Merrin Hugoven in third. James Garlick is in fourth ahead of David Lyne in fifth and now confirmed as Season 3 champion. Gavin Kelly comes home in sixth place, a good score for him ahead of Nathan Parker. The two stupid Aguris getting points this race ahead of Chris White on debut in eighth place. Jake Weaver, how nice to see him picking up 2 points in ninth ahead of Keith Schooling. I'm really pleased to see him getting 1 point in 10th. Championship standings then. David Lyne is our champion ahead of Rob Miller in second place. And Mark Tranter remains in third. And James Garlick remains in fourth. Gavin Kelly is in fifth. No change for him either. Paul Dixon, we didn't see either of the LBs this week either. Highfield and Bibby, neither of them were here. Hankin in 9th, 10th is Santana then, look at that, up 3 places, as is Hankin. Richards is in 11th, Josh Ganema falls down to 12th ahead of Winslade. Merrin Hugoven is up to 14th already, on debut, that's great to see. Burnett, we didn't see him unfortunately. Parker is in 16th, Walker missing with his injured wrist. Jake Weaver in 18th, 19th is White. Batty we haven't seen for a long time, unfortunately. Jason Weaver in 21st, 22nd is in Keith Schooling. The Ledge wasn't here this week either. Sam O'Neill 24th. Caleb Selner in 25th. Wow, there's so many drivers on that list. We'll have to have a bit of a clear out. Championship standings then. Little and Large in first place ahead of the A-Team, so the Little and Large overtaking the A-Team now then, and that's going to be really interesting to see who wins that next race. Williams are in third ahead of LB Racing in fourth. Kairos Competition now in fifth place ahead of Stupid Aguri. Wumblebees, the ETM are in eighth. Team Shelf Squirrel now in ninth place ahead of Rabbit Hole Motorsports and Jägermeister in 11th. I think the stewards are going to be very busy after that one, Jools?
Yeah, there's a few things to look at.
Yeah, so next race then, we are going to be at Lime Rock, the only race that Winslade has ever won. In fact, its only ever podium in single seaters, as we can see that. Look how close it was for the win now against Lyne. And a reminder, you can find us at limitofadhesion.com, facebook.com/limitofadhesion. Please do like and subscribe our videos and come say hi to us on Discord. Jules, thanks for joining me once again.
See you next time.
Cheers guys, bye bye.